Yeah, I was just watching the interview that Fat Joe did on Math Hoffa's show, where he was basically throwing shots out to Tariq Nasheed and the Black Authority, calling them racist, which we all know, if anybody with a brain, that black people aren't racist. We just don't like ish. We don't like the BS that's been going on for too many moons, right? He's basically saying if you're not Black American or foundational Black American, that we're not accepting you, or if you ain't cool with us. And we all know this thing stems from the whole hip hop thing, the whole invention of hip hop, which, once again, anybody with a brain knows who invented hip hop. But anywho, he got on there calling them broke and this, that, and the third. Yeah, it's not about whether you have more money than a person or not. I thought it's always been about the truth. And you notice he keep coming out trying to say his little antics. Oh no, it was created by blacks and Latinos and this and that and the third. It's not that big of a deal, white man. All you have to do is keep it a bean and say, yeah, they created it. They invented it. We jumped in. I got a bag off of it. No harm, no foul. So why is it such a big issue? And for me personally, it's starting to irritate the shit out of me. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Because people don't want to give props to the people that invented something. But you notice they'll give props to anybody else that invented something, especially the European. That's their daddy. These you got to remember. And that's the premise that everybody's talking about. The ones that know what the hell is going on. Your Lord Jamars, your Doggy Diamonds, definitely your Tariq Nasheeds, your Dewan B's, Red Supremes. A lot of people, right? They hitting on it because we're paying attention, right, to what the hell is going on. And in my humble pie, it's too many of us not paying attention to what the hell is going on. We're sitting back like, oh, it's not a big deal. We know what it is. But if I let you paint the picture, then you're going to take what you didn't create. Remember the saying, a picture speaks 1,000 words. That's why you want to paint the picture, right? But it's foul to get on this podcast and spew out your rhetoric. That ain't cool. And then you got people laughing in the background. I understand. They're just the podcaster, the interviewer. Hey, we trying to get the numbers litty. Cool. But as a podcaster or interviewer, you have to ask the real questions. You got to say, truthfully speaking, did you guys help invent hip hop? Math Hoffa, you got to keep it G. You didn't ask the $1 million question. You asking 5-cent questions on a $1 million platform. Come on, we got to knock it off, people. And for us, personally, as black people, Math Hoffa is not the biggest platform. Fat Joe definitely is not the littest artist. He was lit in his days, still wasn't the littest. He was lit. Come on, man, you got to speak your piece. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. So, black people, y'all just over here standing for nothing. And that's why y'all falling for any and every thing. Y'all got to get y'all head out the sand. And when you hear people speak against your culture, you need to say something. I don't give a care if you little, small, big, or indifferent. You have to say something. You tweet everything else. You IG everything else. You YouTube everything else. But when it's time for your voice to be heard, you're closed-mouthed. You ain't got nothing to say. Now that's a problem. No, sometimes you got to speak and say what the hell you got to say. You don't have to wait for everybody to say it for you to agree in your chats and stuff. Oh yeah, I agree. You're right, bro. No, if you agree, won't you say something? Especially people with the big names and the big platforms. And definitely if they don't have a platform, they can go on platforms and say, hey, Nah, nah, nah. This I don't stand for. Because I damn well can 100% tell you when they disagree with something that a black man is saying, and that's any nationality, they're gonna all come together and speak on it. You see what happened with the young rapper Tiger when he did that little mariachi song type thing. You had American Cholo and a bunch of them came out on him and told him take it down. I think he took it down, but other people had put it up. But they told him you got to take that down. He didn't say nothing disrespectful about the Mexicans or nothing. He was just using imagery. And they went in on his anus. See, but for us, we're going to be like, hey, you on the island by yourself, man. You figure it out. We ain't got your back. You be like, oh, I thought it was all about this black thing. I thought it was all about us. Nah, you're on the island by yourself. And that's the shit we got to get out of. We got to stop leaving our brothers and sisters hanging on the goddamn island by themselves. You got to start keeping it 100. Don't be talking that shit like you down with the movement. You for all this black unity and black love shit. And then when shit get real, we don't know where you at. So definitely me, I blame us. I'm going to always blame us because we're the root cause. We're the ones who could stand up for the next one. Each one teach one, goddammit. But nah, that ain't what we doing. We ducking as soon as shit get real. So we got to change that about us. And that's that way you won't get people like Fat Joe and others to come on and try to talk anti against something. Because they know when you talk about it, it ain't going to be 10 brothers. It's going to be everybody lit on your ass. Like what you say? Because you notice like Fat Joe was saying, oh yeah, I can use the N word. But a black man can't call you a wetback because Mexicans going to come from out of everywhere. Who you calling a wetback? Even your friends going to be like, oh man, that wasn't right, Holmes. You know you my partner, Holmes. But you called us wetbacks. I'm going to have to disconnect from you, Holmes. It's not right. But they can nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga that. And we just be like, oh man, that's popping. Nah, that ain't how it go. It's not how it go. It goes respect for respect. I'm not going to say that about you if I respect you. Unless you make me, which is if you show me disrespect. You see what I'm saying? And Fat Joe can't say that the black community showed them disrespect because they let you into their culture and you made a big bag off the culture. Ain't nobody trying to stop you. They was helping you. Man, Fat Joe Liddy, oh yeah. And then you see too, how he had to go into that whole thing like, yeah, because, you know, they ain't from New York. You ain't got to be from New York. We from the black culture. The Black Authority, black culture. Tariq Nasheed, black culture. FBA, the whole black culture. It's just a title, but we're still the black culture. We're not the African culture. We're not the Jamaican culture. It's the black American culture. The ones who got this shit lit, got this shit popping, made it where y'all can even come over here and get green cards and all that shit. And this is the thanks American black gets. And that's why, too, as black people, yeah, stay humble, remain humble, but be watchful like a serpent. Be watchful. You can be humble as you want to be, but you need to watch the people that come into your circles because they might mean you harm and you think they mean you well. See, and that's a problem. And that's why we have to change the way we move people. We have to not tolerate disrespect on no level. Not on a big level, a medium level, or a small level. Disrespect would not be tolerated. You don't tolerate it with your own. So how you tolerate it with somebody else? And that's a problem and a part of the problem. Stop playing games out here. And that's why people are able to come online like a Fat Joe and run his mouth looking like a European because enough people ain't hitting him. But if it's your brother, you gonna hit him. Everybody gonna hit him. They gonna hit him. You gonna hit him. Y'all gonna hit him on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that. Y'all gonna light your brother up and make sure he get off of social media. But you ain't doing it to these other people. You feel me? And that's the problem I got with it all. Yeah, he's a clown, but you're at the clown show, just watching. You need to be throwing tomatoes. And that's pretty much all I got to say about it all, is that this shit is irritating to me. When you get your Fat Joes and even your KRS-Ones, and they talking all this nonsense. And not enough of us are saying, nah, that's nonsense. It's taking a person like Tariq Nasheed, I'm going to carry this torch and fight for us. That's what happens to all of our freedom fighters. They fight for black liberation, and then they find out after fighting 20 years that you ninjas wasn't nowhere around to hold them down. And that's why every movement dies. And with that, I'm going to say, this is the news in you. North, east, west, south, unite from every alley and Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.
Star Child, I never
seen the sunshine like this.
I never
Never seen the moon glow like
hey yo, I
this.
never